Well, okay, everyone. Good morning. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I want to continue our material in the last meeting. Yeah. Today we talking more deeply about MongoDB. So the title of our presentation today is Introductions to MongoDB. We're talking more deeply. Okay, well, we start now. Okay, SQL versus NoSQL. NoSQL often interpreted as not only SQL database. It's mean uh, as we talking before that it's mean that in NoSQL you can use SQL but SQL with plus plus, yeah, so you can provide some SQL queries, but you can add more special thing in NoSQL. Okay, it's provide a mechanism for storage and retrieval of data that is modeled in the means other than the tabular relation used in relational databases. So the mechanism is very special, as we talking before, that some of things is a very different with relational databases, but which uh, we should use SQL or no SQL depend on what cases you want to solve. First, we're talking about the tabular, about comparisons between SQL and also no SQL. SQL using RDBMS, or commonly we call as Relational Database Management System, and NoSQL we call it as Non-Relational or Distributed Database System. SQL, their database have fixed or static or predefined scheme, but SQL they have dynamic scheme. It means that you not you not should be define or predefine the scheme. It depends on your data or your input. Then SQL, their databases are best suitable for complex queries, but SQL are not so good for complex queries. Although no SQL support SQL. Exactly. And SQL vertically scalable and NoSQL is horizontally scalable. Then SQL follow ACID property and NoSQL follows base property. ACID we was talking before. Okay, so this the scheme, the different scheme between SQL and also NoSQL. First is okay, this is a rational database as a definition, automatic, consistent, isolated, and also durable, or we can call it as ACID, commonly used in a financial institutions or money transfer. If you build an application for a financial institution, you should using relational databases. Um, Then NoSQL database is based on base, yeah, basically available, soft state, and eventually consistent. Okay, and today we're facing new eras of database that application, familiar application like popular application like Netflix, then Spotify, Uber, and the others using NoSQL to storage the data, because today we facing new era of data, or we commonly call as a big data. And based on this picture, uh, distributed computing is the center of the data or the primary data. Then the data should be available in Seoul, London, New York, and also Berlin in the same time. Okay, then these NoSQL types that we was talking before. First, it grabs database. Example is a Neo4j, the grab database, and HyperGrab DB. These are representative of the database types, yeah, NoSQL types. Then the document oriented we use in this course, yeah. MongoDB, for example, MongoDB and also Coach DB Relax. In this course, we use MongoDB. You can imagine like a document that have a different property every each document. Then a column family. This is like a implement in Facebook. Okay, this representative of the column family. Then the example of the column family base application is Cassandra and also its base. Cassandra used by Facebook. Okay, MongoDB. MongoDB is an open source document-oriented database designed with the both scalability and developer agility in the mind. Yeah. Instead of storing your data in the table and row as you would with relational databases, in MongoDB you store JSON-like documents with dynamic scheme-free or schemeless. Yeah. Okay, for our cases in the PTBCA, they have several types of resources that you should document it, and then you use the data as input your system. So every single method when they taking a data is a difference. Maybe difference, maybe same. We not exactly know today, but I hope that after mid semester we will facing the exactly data from PTPCR. Yeah, I hope. Then easy to use. These are some problem in relationals when we want to connect to a table. We should have a primary key and also a foreign key. If some table, if for example is a person and also car table, when a car table without a foreign key of person, so we can connect the pairs ID number one with the table of car because there is no uh, foreign key in the table car. Table car only have primary key and foreign key 0, 2, 3, and also 4. But in MongoDB document, we not should we not should have a same schema. Sorry, scheme. Yeah, we can have a different scheme. Uh, for example, first name is Paul, surname Miller, city London, and location, etc., etc. And then model Bentley, years, value, model Rolls Royce, years 1965, and value 3,000 and 300,000. Yeah, example this. So we can more easy using MongoDB. Scheme free. MongoDB does not need any predefined data scheme. Every document could have different data. For example, the first document, they have a name is birthplace, aliases, log, and also boss. Then the second document is name is log and also boss. Then the next is name and boss only. Then name and age only. Then the name, wage, height, and also log. So there's different, and it is impossible when you want to um, implement with the relational database. Okay. MongoDB features. First is document-oriented storage, full index support, replication, and high availability, auto-sharding, accreditations, MongoDB Atlas, various APIs like JavaScript, Python, Ruby, Perl, Java, Scala, Secret, C++, Haskell, Erlang, and etc. And absolutely about the community, because one of the good thing in the open source is they always community based on uh, the open source thing. Yeah, okay, I think it's good. Then this is replications. Replication provide this redundancy and increase data availability. So when you learn about the transactional database, you should avoid redundancy, but in this course you should have redundancy, aim to increase its data availability. With multiple copies of data on different database servers, replication provides a level of fault tolerance against the loss of the single database servers. So it will be problem solvers when we're talking about the lost data. So we should create copies of our data. So when some sector of server, for example, the problem, you have the others copies of data. Okay, this primary and replications, client application driven write and read to primary, then primary to replication, and also replication is secondary. Okay, replication, primary, replication, and there is a head bird every each node, yeah. Then primary and also the secondary. Okay. Then the new primary elected using primary replication, secondary head bird, yeah. There's two way. Then the sharding. Sharding is a method for distributing data across multiple mechanisms. MongoDB uses sharding to support development with a very large dataset and high throughput operations. So it means that you have big data. For example, in this slide, you have a collection with 1 terabyte data. You can share it in the four uh, for place or for nodes, yeah, shared A, B, C, and also D. Every each shard you can this for the example, yeah, you can spend 250 gigabytes. So there is a 250 gigabytes cross 5 across 4, so it equal to 1 terabyte. It's very important to increase the speeds. Yeah. Sharding is Mongo instance to handle a subnet of original data. Mongo is a query router to shard. Config server is Mongo instance which store metadata information and configuration detail of cluster. App servers routes Mongo, app server routes Mongo, or more routers. And there is a config server replica set. Yeah. There is a two-way. Then the shard replica set and also replica set. Two or more shard. Sharding replication. Replication split data set across multiple data nodes for high availability. Sharding scale up or down horizontally when it is required for high throughput. Sample application, then driver, then query router, then shard 1, 2, and shard up to shard n. Then the primary, secondary, and etc. etc. There is a config server. So you can split more node and also more shard to gain the speed of uh, read or also write the data. Okay, thank you very much. This is all today. Uh, please read slow, yeah, one by one about the BKPM, and you should try one by one the step in the BKPM, and I hope you can solve the task in the e-learning, and you should collect based on the time that uh, have been described in e-learning. Thank you very much for your attention. Akhirul kalam, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.